Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. So guys, in today's video we are going to cover the price of Kaspa. We are going to look at the charts of Kaspa, and firstly, before that, we are going to actually look at some news. We are going to look at the liquidity in the market, ETFs, and of course we are going to cover a couple of interesting charts that I have gathered for you, very recent charts at the time of recording this video, of course, and we are going to see what we can expect, and after that we are going to look at the trading view. Okay, so make sure that you stick around for the whole video, and let's see what we can actually expect in coming days. So first of all, guys, right, we do have Ethereum ETFs expected to launch by the 15th of July that potentially can ignite an all season. And now guys, let's have a look at the liquidity. Okay, so that's Binance BTC USDT liquidation map on a daily. Okay, so of course you do have different exchanges, right, but I picked Binance for the reason of Binance has one of the biggest liquidity in crypto. Okay, so as you guys can see in here, we've got a short liquidation leverage and we are sitting at over 1 billion USD on a daily. Okay, so now let's have a look at the heat map. All right, and this is exactly the same thing that I have, right? I've got Binance USDT, BTC USDT perpetual. Okay, so 24 hourly time frame, we can see that we have that liquidity above levels of current price for BTC, which means that whales and market makers might grab that liquidity, because obviously many people are thinking that a market is actually going to go lower, and they are leveraging, they have these leverage positions. Okay, and obviously they most likely are going to be flushed. So now if it comes to ETFs, all right, as of yesterday, 3rd of July, we are sitting at outflows of 20.5 million. Okay, it's not that bad, okay, comparing to let's say 100 million. But now guys, first of all, shout out to Ardisor, and he's saying that due to the whale manipulations, 90 of people lose all of their savings. Understanding market manipulations is what separates winners from losers. Here's on how whales take money from ordinary people and how to avoid their traps. So guys, exactly this is what I'm talking about, right? People saw that price of BTC is going down, right? And what happened? They are basically leveraging themselves. Nevertheless, I believe that they were too late. Now, most likely the price is going to go up and flush these leverages. And again, people are going to lose money, okay? So please make sure, guys, that, you are not FOMOing in to something when something is actually, at great price. I'm not talking about BTC, Kaspa, just whatever it is that you guys actually believe in, okay? Now, let's cover another chart. So that chart is made by the Scalping Pro, okay? He's saying that Bitcoin is currently testing the 200 MA support for the 3rd time, okay? So guys, every single time we have touched that MA, well, aka moving average, we have bounced towards the upside. As you guys can see in here, we have experienced one proper fake out, and that took a while. And after that, guys, we had, pump towards the upside, right? And which, after that we had range, and then we had a proper pump, right? And now we are ranging in this boredom for BTC. Nevertheless, we are touching that 200-day moving average. Okay, so we can technically bounce upwards, or we could experience some fake out. Now let's have a look at the Wyckoff accumulation or reaccumulation according to the Scalping Prof. Okay, so he's saying that it looks like we are currently going to experience the true spring event in the Wyckoff reaccumulation model. Okay, so if you are new to crypto, and just in general, if you haven't seen that before, this is designed, well, actually identified by Mr. Wyckoff, that this is how whales and market makers and lizard people are manipulating dumb money, retail investors. So we are being shaken out in this range, right? And now we have a dip below this, right, price for BTC. And technically we could experience, upward movement for BTC and finally exit out of debt. It doesn't say necessarily that we will, but it gives us a picture of what might possibly happen. Okay, so I want you to know that, guys. All right, now shout out to Crypto Jelly NL. He's saying that he's still keeping a close eye on this one, still playing out similarly with maximum bear sentiment at key support. Very similar vibe to Q3 2024. So let's have a look, guys. We have dipped below that moving average again, and we have traded in here for a while, and this could happen again. Okay, I'm not saying that it will, but that means, guys, that this is beautiful opportunity right now, in my opinion, of course, not a financial advice, to scoop up more BTC or Kaspa or whatever you guys believe in, okay? And of course, I would like to remind everybody that we will cover Kaspa, but first let's cover some charts, all right, in order to actually see what is happening, all right? So shout out to Mickey Bull Crypto, and this is a daily chart, okay? He's saying that Bitcoin is in 127-day range at the short-term final defense of bull support. So first of all, let's have a look at the RSI, okay? We do have that bounce if it comes to RSI, and we are keeping that uptrend, okay, on a daily time frame for BTC, all right? We have dipped below in that range again, okay, just like in here, and after that we saw a bounce towards the upside, okay? The question is, are we going to see the continuation when we are going to see, let's say, levels of 70k for BTC, and then we are going to close above and proper ascent, or we are going to bounce back, and that's going to be, you know, continuation of that Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern. We are going to see in coming days what's going to happen, but now next chart. And shout out to the Titan of Crypto. He's saying that this is Bitcoin's last capitulation before the run up. BTC confirmed the breakout of Tenkan Red on the weekly. Next support is Kijun Blue at around $56,100. Reminder, Kijun is the second strongest line of Ichimoku. We potentially could dip there because we did dip there below, as you guys can see in here, and then we saw a run up, so we could see, you know, retesting that blue line as a support. And now shout out to trader Taringrade. He's saying that Bitcoin is retesting descending trend line. It's now responding to the trend line flip. So guys, that break above that trend line, the downward movement, is bullish, but most likely, you know, BTC is going to see the retest of that as a support, and after that we potentially could see some fireworks, all right? So now let's cover another chart. Trader Taringrade is saying that Bitcoin retraces back to the lower support zone of a range. BTC is bullish. It's undergone at large range. Look back to the previous chart pattern. Larger the range, larger the pump. So guys, I know that range is very boring, okay? But again, right, bigger that sideways price action, you know, longer we are building up that momentum, and longer we are building that up momentum, I mean the BTC's price, then hopefully we are going to see a huge pump towards the upside, and you can just imagine what's going to happen to Kaspa at that point. Now, shout out to Mr. Boom, all right? We have seen this before. So what is he talking about? We have been trading in that sideways range before, guys, and then we had a bottom, right? We had, you know, significant dip below that support, and after that we saw a huge pump, right? Huge candle pump towards the upside, right? So now, technically, we could see that, you know, dip towards 50k. Now Crypto Tony is saying that this is a bear trap and then pump, all right? And this is how it feels. And I know that many of you are very impatient and want your gains very soon, but I do believe that, you know, Bitcoin has much more to print this cycle. And now guys, let's have a look at the Kaspa dashboard, and then we are going to look at the trading view itself, all right? So the current reward is sitting at 104, the next reward is 98. The next reduction is, well, very soon, in 1 day and 9 hours at the time of recording this video, of course. We are sitting at 83% mined, well, almost 84. Hash rate is sitting at 382 petahash per second. All-time high is sitting at 406 petahash per second, okay? So now guys, let's go to trading view itself. Okay, so 4 hourly time frame for Kaspa, guys, all right? So we do have that head and shoulders, obviously, as I was mentioning yesterday. We have hit the previous all-time highs, blah, 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 right? And now 4 hourly time frame for Kaspa is showing that we have experienced that bearish cross. Most likely we are going to bottom out in here on the 4 hourly and, you know, potentially experience that 15 cents, right? So that is definitely not a great thing short term, but who really cares about short term? Obviously Kaspa is a long-term investment in my opinion, of course, you know, in this cycle, and obviously the next one in 2030. Now let's have a look at daily time frame. So on a daily time frame we do have more pain coming potentially, right? Looking at stochastic RSI, right? And obviously these candles are basically, you know, cascading effect once we have reached that level in here. So now let's actually have a look at BTC's price, okay? So that is a daily chart for BTC, okay? Let me get rid of this. And now we are reaching this, you know, important zone for BTC, that's 57, right? The question is, are we going to get supported and, you know, bounce back, trade sideways, and then dip into that box, which I would, you know, actually call an opportunity zone. Nevertheless, I believe that this dip actually is an opportunity zone, okay? And I'm not talking only about Bitcoin, I'm talking about, you know, everything, okay? So now guys, stochastic RSI on a daily for BTC is showing, you know, weakness, right? Most likely we are going to dip. But now if we are going to look at the weekly chart, guys, right, we have properly bottomed out, right? We saw that little pump in here, right? And now we are seeing, you know, that bottom for BTC. But if you are guys going to look closely at the stochastic RSI, that pattern is basically repeating, right? Something like this, right? That basically occurred in here, okay? Probably here, you know, very similar, maybe not exactly the same, but you know, that pattern is basically occurring, as you can see in here too. Okay, so what does it mean, guys? You know, sooner or later on a weekly time frame, we are going to go towards the upside for BTC anyways. Okay, and now let's actually have a look at the total crypto market cap, that is including everything on a weekly. Okay, so if we are going to look at the third halving and the fourth halving, right, what happened, you know, in that white box for overall market in crypto, right? We had the dip in here, right here, you know, something similar. Obviously it's not going to be perfect ever, but you see this sideways price action, that's basically for everything. Okay, that's not only BTC, that's the whole market. Okay, so what I'm seeing, guys, is that repetitive pattern. Okay, and also we are, you know, nowhere near, you know, in that box. Okay, so we still have lots of way to go. And let's throw a ribbon, guys. Okay, so if we are going to look at the ribbon, right, the standpoint of the ribbon and the length of time for that ribbon, okay, how long it's a green in full-blown bull market, we can clearly see that this cycle, okay, we are in what, 1/3. Okay, so guys, patience is the key, I believe. Okay, and now going back to Kaspa. Okay, and now guys, if we are going to look at the total crypto market cap, that is excluding a top 10 on a weekly time frame, we see that we are lagging behind, okay, significantly. All right, so first of all, we do have that cap and handle, which is obviously a bullish pattern, and now on a weekly time frame for stochastic RSI, we have properly bottomed out. All right, so again, this is the repetitive pattern that might gonna occur hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, and now guys, we still have lots of time to go. Okay, if we are going to follow that upward movement for overall crypto market, you know, especially altcoins ever since its inception. Okay, and now if we are going to look at the total crypto market cap excluding top 10 dominance, okay, this is very similar but not the same. Okay, I would like everybody to know that, right? So let me actually get rid of that ribbon now. And you guys saw that in December 28, 2020, we saw that a drop of dominance for these alts, and after that, what happened? We saw a huge parabola towards the upside if it comes to dominance, right? So that was a full-blown alt season, right? And now we do have the dominance doing similar thing. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is going to happen for 100%, but to me everything kind of adds up. Okay, and now guys, let's have a look at the Bitcoin dominance. All right, so now we cannot experience a full-blown alt season without Bitcoin's dominance actually, you know, going down. Okay, so again guys, patience is the key, and this bad boy is going to drop at some point. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. That's it, what I've got for you today. Peace and love, crypto.